because there's actually a clip on the inside of that tracking device. I don't know what tracking device. This doesn't look OEM. All right, welcome back to another episode of We Rebuilds. Today what we got going on is it's time for us to tackle the trunk of this 2018 Audi S5. You notice every time we press it, there's nothing happening. If you did check out the live, we did try to switch the switch, which I have that for y'all. The switch. So we're just gonna hop straight into it. What we're gonna do is we are gonna do step-by-step things and show y'all the process to get to the problem. We still have not fixed it yet, but we're gonna figure it out this video. Anyways, make sure you like, subscribe. Don't forget to turn your post notifications on, because once you hit that bell icon, you can see all the you can get alerts of everything that we're doing, every video that's dropped, every YouTube shorts that's on, and every live that I start. Okay, so just make sure you do that for me. Second thing is, don't forget to share this to your friends, your family, and guess what, even your enemies, because guess what, our haters are our biggest motivators. Okay, but anyways, no more talking. Let's start explaining the stuff that we got going on, and then we can go further. Let's go. So one of the things that I've noticed that's going on with this car ever since we got it back, that the trunk does not open. So even when you press this, nothing happens, right? So we know, but so we also got a different switch. We switched it off camera. No, it's not off camera. We did it on the live, and that wasn't the problem. It still doesn't work. We pressed the valet button, right? I'm gonna show you that right now. So right here, we got the valet button, right? When you press it, you see that red light comes on. That means it's on. When you press that, that means it should be off, and it still doesn't want to. Right? So now that we tried those things, the next thing is the scanner told us that it is a motor, and it could be a short in the motor, right? So we're going to turn the scanner on, and it's going to tell us what's going on with it, and then we're going to look into it some more. All right, so we have the scanner right here, and on the scanner it says that there is so right here, rear lid control module, locking system, motor, open circuit or short circuit. So we're gonna do some checks, and then once we do some checks, so we're gonna check the wiring harness and see, we're gonna check the lock and see, and then we're just gonna have to like kind of narrow it down to figure out what's going on. So rear lid central locking system motor, and then it says open circuit or short circuit to B plus. Don't know what B plus is, but we're gonna figure that out. Let's go. Alright, just pull up, comes out. I'll put this down. Alright, that down. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4. We got 4 bolts right there. I already removed 2 clips from up the top over here. Alright, so these bolts, I want to say, look like T25. So I'm gonna try a T25 first, and then we'll see if we'll get if that's gonna work, and then we go from there. All right, take these out. 2 bolts. It's and you just loosen it with a T25. So two bolts in each one. All right. So on this side there is a bracket that's under here. So just remember that these 2 holes cover the other 2 holes that piece goes in, and make sure it's clipped in on this other plastic piece so it doesn't go anywhere. I think I have to take the rubber all the way off. Let me take the rubber all the way off. I think there's like a clip behind here. There's actually a clip on the inside of that. Alright, so I'm not gonna move it too much, because what I want y'all to see is that there is a let me get my light. So there is a wire. Well, not a wire, but there is a wire back here, which, and I could unplug it. It's just the wire for the back, so I could just unplug it right now. Come on, give me a second. I'm gonna just unplug it. Alright, so the wire is unplugged. I think the rest of it inside, I'll just have to disconnect it from inside. I'm not gonna trouble it, because I don't think I'm trying to go that far at the end of the day. Alright, cool. Now we have a code for that. We have a code for it, right? And on the fuse box, so under the fuse box, or in the manual, it says that this is the fuse box A, is basically the culprit, right? Now what I need to find out is what's going on with fuse box A. What is the issue that we're having? So I'm just tracking down to see exactly where this wire goes. If there's a break or there's a short and the wires back here. So we're just checking everything to make sure to see if we're actually like something is not connected or a wire is cut or something back here. So that's what we're looking for. Now, what I'm trying to figure out right now is, so if this wire comes right here, comes up here, if this wire runs all the way up here, so it runs up here, and then they turn it, because it's grounded to the car. The ground is not loose. This ground back here is not loose. So we're gonna check that and see, and then we go from there. What is it? It looks like it's a 10. It looks like it's a 10 socket to remove this fuse box, and I should be able to get it out after that. I gotta be careful at the same time, and the reason why I say that is I probably should disconnect the battery. Yeah, I'm gonna disconnect the battery so that I don't set any other codes on the car, and so that I don't pull something and then accidentally short out more fuses or whatever, just make the situation worse. So I'm gonna disconnect the battery as well right now, just to make sure, and then I gotta basically find, once I do that, I could look for good continuity. Another way how to check the leveling on how you could remove your bumper your trunk goes up into here. You could just move it from right here, from this hole, and put it right here, and then the spring just basically load it anyway for it to go up and whatever. We're gonna trace the wire, and we're gonna figure out and see what's the result that we get. All right, so we finally got some things out. Number one, what we could see right here, the tracking device. I don't know what tracking device. This doesn't look OEM, so I definitely know this is aftermarket. Called the guy that had the car for 3 days. He said he doesn't know anything about this thing, so I don't know. It's well connected into the, I want to say this is the comfort control module. I could be wrong, but I want to say that's what this is, and maybe that's why I'm getting that fault code for that thing. So anyways, I come to a stopping point, but this is pretty much what it is. The other yellow wire, the signal wire, I was checking to see if it would be back here and to see if there's a fuse here, but I don't see any fuse for it, because all of these, the rest of these fuses on this side is empty. And in the book it did say we should have those things. So I'll see you guys tomorrow. All right, so it's the next day. We have to come to a stopping point, but now we removed this wire harness, and what we realized, or this whole wire harness, we found out it's a tracking device, right? It's the first time I've ever seen this. I've always seen this top piece inside, so but this was connected inside of the comfort control module. Now, could this be the reason? I'm not sure, but we're gonna do some more research. So on the next video, I'll be doing a video just to basically, now we're gonna go through the whole set of wires and just track down every single wire to make sure we're getting good continuity with each wire, and then see if we could go down into the wire harness, because on the schematic I have a schematic of where every plug and every pin should be, and I'm gonna go off the schematic because I did go on the schematic to find out where each spot is. But even though I have these schematics, it basically gonna show me the Audi S5 and the Audi A5 and the Audi RS5. So it's just now I have to differentiate to see which one correctly or specific it is, and which in we already know. We're just going off these 3 wires. What I'm hoping is that they'd only basically swapped the terminals or the pins, and that's why I can't find it, or that's why it's not working, or we're just gonna have to figure out the short to ground somewhere. But that's pretty much it on this episode, or on this video on Rebuildz. Don't forget to turn your post notifications on so you can get alert once we drop a video or a live or a YouTube shorts. And anytime I make a post, that's probably gonna be it. With the next episode, as I told y'all, you know what we're about to do. But until next time, stay positive, stay motivated, and guess what? Our haters are our biggest motivators. So let them see this video. Make sure you share this video to them as well. Hey, but until next time, we are out.